Hello, my name is Ernesto de Torres Escobar, and this is my ID. Along this video presentation, my project mates and myself are going to explain our final task that we have designed in accordance with the syllabus of the subject the English Culture and Civilization. In this video, we want to present different activities whose aim is to improve the students' communicative skills and cross-cultural skills through the exploration of the Bonfire Night celebration that is held in the United Kingdom on the 5th of November. Before moving on to the activities, or explanation of the activities, we are first going to provide a theoretical and pedagogical framework. I'll start with the contextualization while other mates will carry on with the content and learning objectives afterwards. So let's kick off with the context that is basically the school, families, students, and teaching staff. Regarding the school, the activities that we have designed will be put in practice in a school which, among other facilities, will have an English classroom, which in turn have a digital board, enough laptops for the students, and of course the connection to the internet. As for the students, the age of our students will range from 7 to 8, since they are part of the second grade classroom. According to the Spanish educational legislation, this proposal will be based on the student-centered approach. So the starting point when designing these activities was the students' interest and learning styles. The students also come from middle-class families mostly, which are aware of the importance of learning foreign language nowadays. Finally, the teaching staff will work cooperatively, and in particular, there will be a cooperation, a close collaboration between the English teacher and the social science teacher.
Hello, my name is Rocio Sanchez Esteban, and this is my identity card. And now, the back part. Next, I will talk about the contents we are going to work on. We can differentiate two types of content. On the one hand, the cultural content, which will be Bonfire Night. Guy Fawkes Night, also known as Bonfire Night, Cracker Night, or Fireworks Night, is a celebration that takes place mainly in the United Kingdom on the night of November 5, to commemorate the failure of the attack of November 5, 1605, known as the Conspiracy of Gunpowder, with which a faction of Catholics, including Guy Fawkes, tried to destroy the Palace of Westminster, the seat of Parliament in London. On the other hand, grammar contents. We will work the verb like and don't or doesn't like. There is or there are, and the WH questions. These contents will be worked through different activities during the classes. In our work group, we have divided these activities into 3 different blocks: history, typical foods, and fireworks. All the activities work the cultural content, and each of them works a grammatical content. All these contents are directly related to the objectives that have been set for the first quarter of the second year of primary education, where children are between 6 and 7 years old.
Right, hello everyone. My name is Javier Garcia Canovas. I am 25 years old and at the moment I'm living in Murcia in Spain, but months ago I lived in a different country. Right, let me show you my personal identity card. Okay, that's me. And today I'm going to present you the specific objectives that our project, the Bonfire Night lesson contain. Okay, let's start. To learn more about United Kingdom and its culture, this is our first specific content. To create intercultural awareness, something really important, because when working across different cultures, it is really important to understand the rules and cultural expectations of others. And if you don't, you can make mistakes, and these mistakes can be very, very harmful and even very serious. To elaborate simple sentences using there is and there are. There is, as we know, we use it for singular subjects. For example, there is a butterfly in my desk. And on the other hand, there are is used for plural subjects, as for example, there are 4 cars in the street. To express preferences using I like and I don't like. For example, let's make a sentence using both I like and I don't like. For example, I like sports, but I don't like running. Okay, I like sports, but I don't like running. And finally, the last specific objective is to know how to use the WH questions correctly, in a proper way. Reinforcing the lesson about the WH questions and how to make them is always very, very useful. But it's something very useful not just for English speakers, but also for English learners. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for watching. I better stop here and I leave you with the rest of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Álvaro López Aizcorde, and here you can see my ID. And I'm going to talk about the activities we have created in relation with Bonfire Night history. For this first task, students will have these 6 different pictures. Each one of them corresponds to a different part of the history. Students will have them in the wrong chronological order, and the aim of the activity is correct them in the right order. In order to do so, the teacher will tell them a tale about Bonfire Night history, and while telling this tale, he or she will keep the vocabulary as simple as possible, will give as many examples as students need to make sure that every one of the kids is following the story properly. Teacher has to bear in mind that most of them are or will be in the following months 7 years old. Okay, once the teacher has made sure that every kid understands the story and they have placed the pictures in order, we will move to a different activity. We just called this activity Guess the Picture. And for this one, the class will be divided, will be split into different groups of 4 or 5 students each. And group by group, they will have to describe one of the pictures. In order to describe that picture, they will have to use either a there is sentence or a there are sentences, depending on whether the subject is singular or plural. Here you can find different examples of sentences they might use. And while one group is describing one picture, the rest of the groups have to try and guess the picture. In order to do so, they will write down on a whiteboard and the number of the picture they think it is, and they will, after 30-40 seconds, they will rise up their boards. They will win 1 point for every correct answer, and the group with the highest score will win. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Hello, welcome to this video. My name is María Isabel Pérez Mayordomo, and right now I'm going to show you my national identity document. Here it is. I hope you can see this very well. Okay, more or less. Now we are going to start to talk about a couple of activities for the children to learn how to use the grammatical structures there is and there are, and I like and I don't like. Of course, through the cultural content, Bonfire Night Food. In this activity, which is the first activity of Bonfire Night Food, at the beginning of this task, the children are divided into groups of 4. Next, the teacher will show a picture, for example, the toffee apples, and will ask them how many toffee apples are there. Then the first group, in answering the question, of course, they must answer the question correctly by using the grammatical structure there is or there are. Then they will have an opportunity to show the ball and try to get it inside a basket. At the end of this task, the group that gets more balls in the basket will be the winners. Okay, this is the second activity, and this is the last activity of Bonfire Night Food. And here the children will have a survey like this, and they will have to ask a schoolmate if she or he likes the typical Bonfire Night Food, the typical food which is in the chart. That it is here. Okay. Then, when the kids have finished the task, when the kids have finished the survey, the teacher will ask them the results about. Later, the teacher will write all of the results, all of the answers on the blackboard, as you can see in this picture. Okay, and this is the end of this presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, and I see you very soon. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Javier García Zambrano, and this is my ID card. I will explain the activity number 3. For activity number 3, we have decided to use a reading because it's a way to get knowledge and use the languages to the correct form. The cultural content to work will be the Bonfire nights, history, foods and fireworks. In addition, the grammatical content will refer to the WH questions. And the text talks about fireworks, which day is celebrated to the Bonfire night, and who is good folks. And the title of the text is read the text and use the correct WH questions. First, a student should read the text that's in on the screen and then complete the question with the correct form of WH question. In this case, where, when, and who. The first exercise is complete the following sentences using where, when, and who. And in the first sentence, the students will use WH question when. When is celebrated the Bonfire night? To the second questions, the correct form to the WH question is who. Who is go folks. And finally, in the third question, the correct form to WH question is where. Where is the Palace of Westminster? It will be very important for students to read the sentences to avoid confusion between the first and third sentences. Just be reading the whole exercise beforehand, they will not make mistakes. Once they have finished with the WH questions, the students should answer to the second exercise, that is, choose the correct answer to the previous question. Specifically, answer number 1, United Kingdom, to correspond with the third questions. Where is the Palace of Westminster? And the correct answer is in United Kingdom. The second answer, 5th of November, corresponds to the 1 question. When is celebrated Bonfire night? And the correct answer is 5th of November. Finally, the third answer, a revolutionary, corresponds to the 2 questions. Who is good folks? And the correct answer is a revolutionary who tried to blow up the Palace of Westminster. In short, we will try to get our students to know more about the Bonfire night and at the same time to use WH questions correctly. And up to here my part of the oral presentation. Thank you very much.